Picked up this Predator 9000 the other day at Harbor Freight. Thought I'd give you an overview. So far I'm pretty impressed. This is the 9000 model, which is the biggest they sell, at least in California. And the primary reason I got it was for this 240 volt receptacle here, 30 amp. It's a L1430 style, I believe. I'll confirm that. Type plug, twist lock style plug. And the reason I was so interested in that is previous owner wired up my house already with a manual transfer switch and a long section of cord with that plug type on it. So literally plug and play. I was able to drag that over. I'll show that to you here in a bit. Anyway, but the generator itself, some of the things that impressed me, it's got a metal tank. I think it holds 8 gallons, which they say is good for 13 hours. We will see. It's got a little fuel gauge, low tech, but does the job. At least lets you know order of magnitude, how much fuel you've got. The petcock itself is metal, which is nice. I've got the old school manual start, but also the electric start. You got to buy the battery separately, but it wasn't very much. Let's say 30 or 40 bucks. So with that, you've got the electric start, which couldn't be easier. Hit the switch, thing fires right up. I added this little pigtail here for battery tender. Got that plugged in at all times, so that battery's topped off. But other than that, added the wheel kit. This thing's about 200 pounds. So highly recommend the wheel kit, highly recommend the battery for the electric start. And yeah, just in terms of build quality, rubber isolators look good. The overall control panel, everything fit and finish, components, materials used. Overall, pretty impressed so far. So let's get her fired up and run a few tests.
Here's a look at the transfer switch I mentioned, installed by the previous owner. It's actually fairly simple. This is the standard utility meter behind this decorative panel, including the original main panel. And what they did was they relocated nearly all the breakers to this sub panel. All your essentials, things that you're going to want in an extended outage, they moved. And this sub panel is fed by this flexible power cord that runs out to the generator when this switch here is in the down position. So it's in the up position now, basically both panels being fed through the utility meter. Middle is just off, and then all the way down, you're now feeding everything from the generator up through that 30 amp cord and to all of these circuits in the sub panel. And really that's all there is to it. So fairly simple, but I was really glad that they did all that already. So all I had to do was supply the generator, and got lucky that the plug type already matched. So win-win. All right, we're going to do a little run demonstration here. This thing's super easy to start up. Basically, going to use the electric start. Turn our gas on, put our choke on, and hit the switch. Okay, let's let that warm up for a bit. Head on over to the transfer switch. Alright, put that in the off position, and basically that's decoupling us from the power being fed through the meter. Now there's no load on this cable. Left it in the off position. Make sure that twist lock engages. Back to the transfer switch and in the down position. Alright, we're live. Generator is now feeding that sub panel. Quick visual test. We've got power. Now let's load it up. I like to run as many high wattage, high amperage devices as I can. Let's get the garage lit up. Yeah, good. The freezer's on. All right, now it's really loaded up. This should be good for about 15 amps. There we go. Let that compressor run. And I'll add a few more things.
Nice amperage draw here as this thing gets spun up. Alright, I'm going to let that run for about 15 minutes or so. Let's get that shut down. Okay, back over. Now the shutdown procedure is super simple. Just hit off here. Now we've got no load. Alright, I like to give it a few seconds here just to let load items inside the house spin down, ceiling fans, that kind of thing. Okay, back up onto the on position. Now we're running through the meter, so this cord has no load on it. Go ahead and disconnect it, and then shutdown's about as simple as hitting the off button. That's about all there is to it. And if you grew up around dirt bikes, this will be easy to remember. Always shut off your gas. And that's it. And here was our first opportunity to do a real-world performance test. So, had a nice 4-hour outage, some down power lines in the area, and really got to exercise this thing. And boy, I was happy. It, we were real comfortable inside the house. Had the well pump running, all the electrical, internet, everything was up. So overall, yeah, real happy with this little unit, running the entire house, shop, and that metal building.